Now let's go to the lines and see what the fans think of this 4-0 Whitetails team. Hey, caller number 1, you're on line 1. What do you think of this team?
Look, I've been a season ticket holder for the last 3 years, and we're going to put this on the field? We expect to win a national championship with this? And don't get me started with this quarterback Hollywood. This guy, I don't know why Coach J is playing him. I mean, he might as well put the kicker at quarterback with him on the field. I mean, this guy is just terrible, and he better improve or else I'm taking this up to the board. I don't know who I have to talk to, but this is just ridiculous. We have to be better than this.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jake from TNJ, and welcome back to the Whitetails Dynasty, as we are now number 3 in the nation and sitting here at 4-0. It's an ugly 4-0, to be honest. Our defense has been carrying us up to this point because remember, we had the number 1 scoring offense in the nation last season. Now we're 80-something, and our defense is the number 1 team, number 1 side of the ball in the nation. And honestly, you know, just looking at who we're playing coming up, I mean, we have a tough schedule. But this game, we are going up against South Carolina. Now, we will be missing Deshaun Wilson because remember last game, he was hurt with a broken tailbone. That will put him out for 6 more games. So who knows if he will return at all this season at all. Now, our emergency quarterback will be Marquise Moore now. Remember, he was a high school quarterback. He has very comparable attributes to Deshaun Wilson, so he could possibly get in on certain packages. Now, I do want to talk about Jabari Hollywood. I mean, the playbook definitely needs to shift a little bit with him at quarterback, but we're going up against a South Carolina team who is 0-5, but they have lost all 5 games to ranked teams. I kind of feel bad for our former defensive coordinator, Quintaris Jones. He goes over to them to coach, and this is what he gets handed. I mean, he gets handed a roster who's okay, but then they're put into the SEC, and it's pretty much set up for him to fail. So he will need to turn it around as we go on the road to face them. So here we go, facing one of our former coaches, and Alex Kagan does kick us off in this game, and that is going to be a deep kick, and they are going to down the ball. So here comes South Carolina on offense. Let's see how they can stack up against this number 1 defense. Here is Smith starting out with a throw to the right side. It's a screen pass on a 3rd down, and he will get 17 yards to Greg Carter, the running back, and it's a 1st down. The strength of this team is really not really anything. Here's a deep shot throw, and it's caught by Bain. He goes up and gets it. And this is the kind of way they have to win games. Just get big plays because they don't have the weapons on offense to really kind of stay to keep up with these SEC schools. Those are the type of plays that keep them in games. So here is Smith, throw out to left side. It's almost picked off. Justin Royal dropped an easy one. That was a pick 6 going the other way. So now 3rd and goal, an option keeper, and that is going to be a tackle in the backfield. That's David Wyatt. And there we go, nice stop. And now here we are on offense. Here is Jabari Hollywood. He does get the starting role back after losing it to Deshaun Wilson and getting it back due to injury. And his first play is a handoff to Apollo St. Vincent as we eventually get it to a 3rd and 6. Here's an option out to left side. We pitch it, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass. It may have been going forward on that one. And now we punt the ball away. So South Carolina plays some D here at home in the rain. So Smith is back at quarterback. 4 wide receivers out there and his running back, but he tries to roll to the right. All of his receivers were on the left, and David Wyatt comes up with a big hit on the quarterback. So now 2nd and long. Here's Smith this time throwing out to the right side. It's caught by Burnett, who breaks the tackle on the outside, throws a stiff arm, throws another one, and stays on his feet to about the 35-yard line. That's a big gain. So 1st and 10 now from the 35-yard line. Here is Smith. He's going to try to scramble again, but he gets swallowed up. And look who it is. It's Tamari Jamison in for the sack. David Wyatt was also there, and they lose 8. So another 2nd and long. Smith this time wrapped up again. It's Adam Williams. There we go. 2 sacks. 3rd and 26. Let's get off the field this time. Smith Facing some pressure again, throws to the right side, and it's caught again, this time by Thompson. You gotta be kidding me. So many big plays for South Carolina here to start this game. It's another big first down conversion on that catch. So they eventually get it inside the 5-yard line. Here is Smith from the shotgun here. First and goal, throws out to the right, and he's got a man. That is Mack for the touchdown, 2 yards out. And South Carolina takes the 10-point lead. Now, these are the situations I hate being in, especially with Jabari Hollywood at quarterback, because he is not an accurate thrower of the football. So here is a jet sweep, play action. Here's a throw to Maurice Jackson, and he picks up 6 yards close to the 50-yard line. So now from the shotgun, here in a 2nd and 10, throw to the right side, wide open. That is going to be Jasper Sweet, but he can't get his feet in bounds, but we will go and challenge it, and it will be overturned, so we will get credited with that completion. So now another play-action jet sweep. This time throw to the right side, and it's caught by Bradbury somehow, and it's a touchdown. He falls in. Now, this was an inaccurate throw. This was a lucky pass. Let's just see it again. Somehow Bradbury turns around and has the ball right in his hands, but look who this was thrown to. This was thrown to Maurice Jackson. That throw was way off the mark. We got terribly lucky on that pass, and Hollywood is bailed out again, but I'll take it. It's 7-10. So here we are back on defense. We need to make a stop this time. Smith throws across the middle. It's Burnett again. He's got it, and that's about a gain of 20 and a first down here. Burnett's got a few catches for about 60 yards in this game. So here is Carter here on a counter play, this time to the right. Gain of 5 for Greg Carter. So now we are into the second quarter from the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Smith, quick throw, and he gets a quick hitter to Jeremy Mack, but that's enough for a first down. So 2nd and 8 now, inside the 15. Here is Smith, another throw to the right side. Bain, but he gets hit, and it's coughed up. And look at Ollie Myers. He scoops it, and he will take it the distance. That is a touchdown for the Whitetails. Wow. You got to be kidding me. I haven't seen one of these in a very long time where we force a fumble and scoop it for a touchdown. I think this has only happened once in this entire series, and this time it happens on the road, and we are up 14-10. So here's a screen pass on the next drive. Here's Burnett once again getting another catch, and that is a first down. Take a look. That may have been offensive pass interference. The ball is in the air. Look at that block already thrown, and I can't believe the refs missed that one, and it's a first down for South Carolina. So now 3rd and 3 as they're inside the 15. Throw to the right side, and it is going to be out of bounds as they could not drag a foot, and they will settle for 3. As here comes Jabari Hollywood back at quarterback, running an option to the left side. That's a big hole to the left, and there's nobody home, and we will pitch it away to Michael Bradbury. Gain of 40 yards down the field, and it's a first down here for this Whitetails offense. Finally, a big play. So now set up inside the 35-yard line. Now this is field goal range. Previous seasons, this wasn't. But Hollywood takes it himself to the right side. Nobody's home. And he puts on a juke move and takes it inside the 10. But take a look. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to be clipping. So this one will come back to about the 30-yard line as we get it to about a 2nd and 4. Hollywood throws to the right side. Finally an accurate throw, and it is Ramel Williams inside the 10, and that's a gain of 16 yards. So 12 seconds left here in the first half. Here's Hollywood, throw to Chris Schaefer, the backup tight end, and he will fight forward, but not enough for the end zone as we get it to about the 1, and we have a choice to make. 4th and goal, 7 seconds left. Might as well run it. Apollo gets it. He runs over the safety in the end zone, and that's a touchdown, and that is how this one goes into halftime as we do take the lead here. And now here we are on defense to start the second half. Here's a handoff. Carter, a hole to the right. He breaks a tackle and breaks free, and he gets tackled from behind. That is Coco Bamaye on the tackle, the touchdown-saving tackle, I should say, and it's a first down. So now draw play. This time Carter is not going to get away. Adam Williams in the backfield. Anderson Reed there as well. And now we get him to a 3rd and 11. Another big hit in the backfield. This time it's David Wyatt. And you can see the weather may be affecting this game now as South Carolina is trying to run the ball. And now we actually do end up taking over after a missed field goal. So here is Sweet getting the jet sweep to the left side, and that's going to be about a gain of 8. And now here we are past the 50-yard line. Another jet sweep. This time the emergency quarterback, Marquise Moore, and number 1 receiver on the outside. He gets a jet sweep, and that's a gain of 12 and another first down. So now from the 23-yard line, Jabari Hollywood from the shotgun. He's going to roll out to the right. He's got a man to throw it to. Will he throw it? He does, and it's going to be caught. That's Maurice Jackson. Touchdown, 23 yards. Jabari Hollywood is actually 12 of 16, but only less than 150 yards passing. At least he made this throw, but a lot of his throws today have just been really, really short throws. So his numbers are definitely inflated a little bit, but most of his throws are within like 5-10 yards. So here is Smith backing onto the field, down by 15. Throw across the middle. It's Mack who breaks a couple of tackles, and that's a touchdown, 40 yards out. And Albert Smith has been looking good in this one. He's thrown the ball 40 times as we do kick off the 4th quarter. Now with the 7-point lead. Here's Hollywood. Throw across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. That was pretty good defense by McDonald on that one. And now that brings it to a 3rd and 9. 5 minutes left here in the game. Throw across the middle, and it's almost picked off by the linebacker. And that one could have been a turnover. And now South Carolina comes back out onto the field after the punt. So down by 7. Smith throws across the middle. It's Burnett again. He has been busy in this one. Gain of 17 and a first down. He's got 12 catches for 145 yards so far. So here's a handoff. This time Carter fighting forward on a 3rd and 4, and he will pick up the first down. And now South Carolina is looking good on their last couple of drives, starting to drive the ball a little bit. Johnson out of the backfield, and he gets about 14 yards. And now they start to creep into field goal range. So under center this time, Smith, he's going to hand it off to Carter, who cuts to the outside, and there's nobody home. It's a touchdown, and South Carolina comes back and ties this game up at 28 apiece. And we do not get on the board on that last drive, and we do move to overtime. So we are an undefeated team versus a team that has not won a game here in overtime on the road. And here's Jabari Hollywood to start it out. That's a gain of 6. So handoff this time. Apollo St. Vincent tries to fight forward, and he only gets about 4 yards. And now that brings it to a 3rd and inches from the 4. This time we're going to hand it off to Apollo. He cuts back and tries to get to the end zone, but gets tackled at about the 1. But that's a gain of 3 and another first down. So now, this time we check in Marquise Moore at quarterback, and he takes the direct snap into the end zone, 2 yards out. It's a touchdown, and we do strike first here in overtime. And now we have to play some defense. Let's see if we can shut him down. So here is Smith, a quick throw across the middle. He's got a diving Larry Bain on that one. His impact player coming into this one, but he hasn't had the stats in this game. So 2nd and 5. Smith throws to the right side, and it's going to be picked off. That's Ali Myers, and that is the ball game as we avoid the upset here as the number 3 team. Man, none of these games, none of these victories have been good-looking victories. They've been ugly wins. And wow, we come away with the victory here. David Wyatt, player of the game. He has a monster game on defense. And Jabari Hollywood actually finishes up 13 of 23. So when you saw he was 13 of 15, he actually did not make any more completions on the day. He only threw for 139 yards. I mean, just not winning formula football. We were lucky too because a lot of the throws were just short throws, and he did make a couple of nice throws. I don't want to bash him too much, but we just cannot win football games like this. That was a 0-5 team that we only beat by 7 points. Something has got to give. And, you know, I got to say, I'm going to need to switch some things up going in the next game, because next game we're going up against Marshall, who is a way tougher team than South Carolina, especially on the offensive end. David Wyatt had a sack, Tamari Jameson had a sack, and Adam Williams also added a sack as Ali Myers gets an interception in this one. and we come away with the victory here on the road in the rain. Tough environment to play in, and that win actually propels us to #1 in the country. Interesting. I mean, look at this. Last week we're number 3. This week we're number 1. But USC was number 2, actually number 1 last week, and they won in a blowout to Colorado, it looks like, 52-24. And somehow we jumped them. I have no idea how that happened. Maybe South Carolina is weighted more as far as rankings go because they play in the SEC. I'm not sure. So this game, we go up against Marshall, and like I said, we have one of the top defenses in the nation. We dropped down to number 9 after that game, but Marshall has a number 2 scoring offense in the nation. This is a tough game. Now, they are quarterbacked by redshirt freshman Kerry Cannon. Now, every single season, I usually create at least 1 or 2 custom recruits who are really, really good, but I don't add them to my board. I want them to be sprinkled around the NCAA. And this was one of them, and he landed with Marshall. So this guy is really, really good as a redshirt freshman. 96 overall. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He can do everything. He's got 7 rushing touchdowns through the first 5 games. I mean, that should say enough about him. So we do decide to make this switch. Now, I need to make throws. I need to, especially versus good teams like Marshall. So Marquise Moore is listed as a receiver. He will be thrusted into the starting role. So Jabari Hollywood gets benched twice in a season. And you guys know, even though we're winning games, I mean, these are ugly wins. And you can just see his accuracy is at 64. Throw power's at 85. He has a strong arm, but he just needs to get better throwing the ball. Now, one thing going into this game that I did not notice at all is Marquise Moore is 18 awareness when switching to quarterback. Now, how does this affect him? Well, when you have low awareness, you cannot hot route or audible when you play call. So now when I go to line of scrimmage, I wasn't hot routing at all. I was just blocking guys. That was the only hot route I will run here in this whole entire dynasty. But I can't even do that. I can't even block guys on passing patterns. I just had to run the play that's called no audibles. And that is something that is hidden in this game, is that if a quarterback has very low awareness, he cannot change the call at the line. So we are back at home for the #1 team in the nation for the first time this season. And we go up against a top 25 Marshall team who has 2 losses on the season. So let's get this game underway. Here is Marquise Moore's first snap from quarterback. His throw out to left side is going to be overthrown. That was intended for Trayvon White across the middle. Maybe a little bit of jitters in this one for the junior. So now we get it to a eventual 3rd and long. This time, Moore throws to the right side, and it's going to be caught by Ramel Williams. Gain of 23, and there we go. Nice diving catch to get your quarterback going. And now here we are with a fresh set of downs. Counterplay up the middle. Here's Apollo St. Vincent fighting forward. That is a gain of 9 here for the sophomore running back. So now here is Jasper Sweet, who's taken the place of Marquise Moore on the outside. But there is a sack by Marshall. And there we go, 3rd and 4, the second big 3rd down play. Here's a throw out to left side. This time it's Michael Bradbury using his hands, coming back to the ball. Way to help your quarterback out a little bit. That's a gain of 11. So here's Jasper Sweet this time. Jet Sweet, we're going to give it to him. He breaks to the outside. He's got speed, remember, and he does get another block from Michael Bradbury. But there is a flag on the play, and they are going to call clipping on Bradbury. So this one will come back. So now from their 37-yard line as this play does come back. Play action fake. Moore does have the speed, so he escapes. He probably misses a man in the end zone and throws late, and it's going to be picked off. Oh, my goodness. We may have had a touchdown as one of our guys were wide open in the end zone. I believe that was Jasper Sweet who was wide open, but we throw the late interception. And now here is Marshall back out onto the field. So here's Kerry Cannon. He's going to scramble out to the right side, but he takes a huge hit from Tamari Jamison. That's a sack. And now here we are, 2nd and 11. Throw out to left side. He's got Williams, his tight end, who breaks forward, and he will get 10 yards. And now they get it to a 3rd and 1. Cannon, he's going to hand off to Fontaine, his running back, who does cough it up, and it's fallen on by Ali Myers. And we do force a turnover, but take a closer look. It looks like his knee was down, so they will retain possession. So here is Fontaine with another draw play, and he will get hit hard. David Wyatt, man, he has been a monster so far this season. So now 3rd and 8 this time. Cannon throws to the right side on a screen pass, and Fontaine was not ready for that one. Justin Royal was in for the pressure, and we do force the punt here. So now out comes our offense back onto the field. Handoff, Julian Gonzalez to start the next drive, and look at this, breaking forward for 24 yards, and it's a first down. Both running backs are capable of doing really, really well. I love that we have 2 good running backs on this roster. So here's a deep shot on a 2nd and long, and that's a perfect throw. It's Jasper Sweet. Touchdown, 45 yards. Marquise Moore puts it on the money, and that's the type of throw I've been looking for from Jabari Hollywood. But Moore shows that he can throw that ball perfectly, and there we go, 7-0 at home. So here is Marshall back out onto the field. Kerry Cannon throws across the middle. It's Fontaine. If he can't get going in the running game, he'll get it in the passing game. That's a gain of 13 yards. So 1st and 10 this time. Cannon, he's going to throw off his back foot to the left side, and it's going to be picked off. Marquise Dorsey is there for the interception, and he takes it back to about the 35-yard line. Kerry Cannon may have been seeing ghosts on that one, and really, that was just a bad throw off of his back foot, and we take back over on offense. So can Marquise Moore score again here for this offense? Handoff. Apollo St. Vincent gets 6. So now 3rd and 2, a handoff. Apollo cuts up field, and that was a nice hole opened up for him, and it's 7 yards for the first down. So screen pass on a 1st and 10. This time Jasper Sweet can't get around one of those defenders. If he would have got around him, that probably would have been a touchdown score. So here is Sweet running in motion on a triple option. This time he gets the ball, but he can't fight forward as he gets tangled up in the backfield. Loss of 2 yards, and that brings it to a 3rd and 7. Play action fake. Marquise Moore throws to left side, and he just does not have the arm strength to get it over there. Brian Walters knocks it down, and we will settle for 3. But at least we have the 10-0 lead here at home. This time, read option, and Cannon keeps it and somehow gets around David Wyatt, breaks the tackle from Adam Williams in the backfield, and that's a gain of 13 for a first down. So now into the second quarter here. Play action fake, quick throw. Kerry Cannon finds his receiver, Brian Bush, in the slot, and he picks up another first down. So this drive does continue here from the 40-yard line. Fontaine runs over a defender and can't get around Ali Myers, but did run over Justin Royal, and that's about a gain of 8 yards. So now 3rd and 2 this time. An inverted veer, but he hands it off to Fontaine, who can't get around Anderson Reed and Adam Williams. And there we go. That's a nice stop as they do kick the long field goal, and it is just good. So they will put 3 on the board as we come back out onto the field here. And Marquise Moore may have had a man deep, but he will just drop it off to Michael Bradbury, who spins around a defender and gets about 25 yards on that one. And there we go. This is what I like to see from this offense. So now 2nd and 11 here. Marquise Moore throws across the middle. It is Maurice Highlights Jackson who gets open. He's definitely took a dip this year because of the drop-off at quarterback. He's been a reliable slot guy. He will definitely get his now with Marquise Moore at quarterback, who's a lot more accurate. So we do get a fresh set of downs here now inside the 35-yard line on the opposite side of the field. Moore tries to keep it this time, and he cuts up field for a gain of 5. And now the clock winds down inside of 2 minutes left here on a 2nd and 5. Play action fake, but Moore, nobody is home on the right side. He's going to take it himself, and he will try to put a move on, and he gets tattooed. But no flags on the play. That long run will stand, and we're inside the 10-yard line. So 30 seconds left here in the first half. Throw across the middle, and it is knocked away by Quinn Harrington, who's already got the first interception of the game. So now 3rd and goal. Marquise Moore throws across the middle, and that is going to be incomplete. The pressure was there. Nobody was open, so he just threw it up in traffic, hoping for a prayer. And that one will be a field goal as we go into halftime with the 13-3 lead. So now here we are to start the second half. Here's Kerry Cannon. He will hand it off to Mark Fontaine, who loses 5. Man, our run defense has been amazing in this one. Loss of 5 yards. So here's Kerry Cannon with the throw to left side. He's got Bush again, who beats Maverick Yarbrough in in coverage, and that's a big-time throw from Kerry Cannon, and that's a first down. So here's a throw out to the right side. This time it's Bush again, and he gets the bubble screen for about a gain of 9. He gets hit hard, and now they get it to a fresh set of downs eventually after converting on third. Here's a throw to left side. It's going to be Fontaine out of the backfield. Like I said, if he can't run the ball, he's going to make an impact catching the ball as well. So now they get it inside the 10 here for a 3rd and goal. Sims got it, but he can't fight forward. Justin Royal was there along with other Whitetails, and we do get them to settle for 3. And now we have just a 7-point lead here in this game. Moore throws out to the right side on the run, and that is caught by Jasper Sweet, who's having a pretty big game. 3 receptions, 68 yards. I guess you could say that's a big game based on the standards we've had at receiver this year because we're not having that big year from the quarterback. On a jet sweep, this time it's Michael Bradbury, 20 yards. He has 2 straight games with at least one 20-plus yard carry, and that's a first down here as we get the ball on the opposite side of the 50. Marquise Moore thinks about it and takes it himself, and he will dive forward for a gain of 10. It's definitely a benefit to have an 88-speed quarterback now. It's definitely a change as well. I don't want to abuse the option. I am not going to do that. Still, the same rules apply. 1 option play per drive. So 1st and goal, handoff. Apollo St. Vincent will fight forward. It's a touchdown, 7 yards out. There we go. And we do take the 2-score lead now, as now we start the 4th quarter, and can Kerry Cannon come back here for Marshall? This time he's going to take it up the middle, but he can't get away, and that's a sack by Colson Kovoris, the senior. And now they get it to a 3rd and 11. Throw across the middle. It's Kerry Cannon finding Gary O'Neal, and it's not enough for the first, but they're down by 2 scores. They're going to line up here to go for it. 4th and 3. Cannon throws across the middle. He's got O'Neal, who gets hit hard by Ali Myers, but he holds on to it. That's a gain of 16. So here's a throw out to left side, finding O'Neal again, beating Marquise Dorsey in coverage, and it's a first down, as now they eventually move it inside the 10 from the shotgun now. Trips to the left. Cannon tries to scramble, but he gets tackled by Big Frankie Kai. That is his first sack of the game. So 3rd and goal. Cannon all day to throw. Throws to the end zone, and it's almost picked off. It could have been the second of the day by Marquise Dorsey. And now here we go. 4th and goal. This could be the game. Cannon moves up in the pocket, throws, and it's almost picked off Maverick Yarbrough, but he knocks it down, and that one will seal this game up. And we do get 2 victories here in this episode as we defeat Marshall, and they will move to 2nd place now in their side of the division, other side of the conference in their division. And we do stay undefeated as the #1 team in the nation. I do not think we should be ranked #1 right now. USC should definitely be in that spot, but I'll take it. Not complaining. But Marquise Moore, let's just talk about the play that he had this game. I mean, the level of play was amazing. He ran the ball well. The interception was a user's fault, so I don't want to fault him for that. But also, I think we found something with Jasper Sweet on the outside now, because putting him full-time on the outside, he does exploit a lot of one-on-one coverages because, you know, if we could just run fly patterns with him, I'm not going to abuse it, obviously, with 4 verticals, but there are scripted plays where he has a deep route. Remember, I do not hot route. I will use him a lot. And really just getting him the ball in space, much like Xavier Storm. You know, Xavier Storm wasn't really a deep threat until his final 2 years. Before that, he just kind of used his acceleration in space to kind of, you know, move the ball himself. And that's maybe the role that we had to find for Jasper Sweet. Just get him the ball in space and maybe even jet sweeps. That will help. But you see the potential of this offense now that we have kind of a mobile quarterback that can throw an accurate ball. And this was a good victory. So we move on to 6-0. And next episode, we will go up against Marquette for the first time in 3 seasons. And they will be ranked top 10 as well. So you don't want to miss that. Hit subscribe. Hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition. But the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though. Yeah. Hey, it don't even matter though. No, hey, it don't even matter.